Hey guys, this is Ram Spice bringing you episode 2 of Let's Play Etrian Odyssey 2. When we last left off, I was basically taking you through the basics of the town, the central city, Lagaard, as it's called. And next thing to do is go to the Duke's Palace here, where you basically receive important quests, storyline missions. So this is the Mr. Dubois, faithful servant to the High Duchy of Lagaard or something like that. I don't know what the guy's called, some weird name. So yeah, only official citizens are allowed past the first floor, so this is where you'll get the, we'll accept the mission, where you get your just opening quests, very basic, just map up part of the first floor, I'm pretty sure. Which I haven't actually honestly gotten that far into the game. I know enough about it, so it's not really a blind Let's Plays, and I know about the game, but I haven't been to a lot of the lower floors, really, not much. I haven't played a whole ton of this game. Anyway, this guy is just giving us some really useless, it's the Grand Duchy. Or is this place, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you can accept missions which are different to quests. So you can also report missions that you finish, and you can also report about items, monsters, equipment, things like that you find, and that's just there for sort of 100% completion. This is the entrance examination. It says map of the first floor, but it's not a full map. So, set that task we have. So, yeah, map making is a very big part of this game. There's 30 floors, and each 5 floors is equivalent to 1 stratum, and at the end of each stratum there's sort of like a main boss, I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, not pretty sure, there is. And you sort of explore each of these floors with like random battles and stuff. With like random battles and all sorts of things going on, and you map it out as you go along. So it's a really unique concept. So we get a map here, which you see down there. Sithoth trading, which I will do. I'll quickly get some equipment. So yeah, that's the main sort of beef, if you will. Beef. But God. But no, that's the main part of the game. That's the bulk of it. It's what you're going to be doing. So I'm just going to quickly equip myself with some weapons, which honestly, I just do it because first off, you have exactly enough money for that. So I feel like that's what they intend you to do, and also I know what to get. Whereas if you were to go to armor, here, the sort of, I don't really think I have enough. I would have buckler, but I'll get that later. What am I doing? Wrong button. So we're just going to quickly we'll get a plain whip for the Dark Hunter, and then cookery. So definitely going to have plenty of damage, which is all you really need, because the enemies of the first floor don't hit too hard unless you get there's a couple of particular sets which are quite difficult. Also, one thing, when you're buying items, see the LSPD, all the letters down there, the ones that are highlighted, like in this case it's the R, the letters that are highlighted, it indicates what classes can use that weapon. So here only a Ronin can use the Sasuga, so it's a specialist sort of class weapon for the Ronin. Here only a Landsknecht can use it, but this is basically for the healers staff, and it's also good because attack boost, but it also boosts TP. And another wand. I don't think the Hex can really use anything other than that. So the gunner here is for the gun here is for the gunner, whip for the Dark Hunter, slings for it's like a bow. So survivalist, troubadour. That's basically it. So stuff for the Hexer as well. I have the same amount of TP. Weak. Wow. Dude, the Hexer is really weak. I thought the medic was weak offensively. It's even got strength. Damn. Well, it doesn't matter. The Hexer isn't going to be used for attacking. So we have 50. Oh yeah, because you have just enough money when you have a gunner. That's right. So, sorry. So you can press Y. Sorry, wrong button. And you can sell all of the same item, which is very useful, because eventually we have large bulks. So we have 100, not going to spend any. Oh, jeez. Not going to spend any money on armor. I'll just quickly go and make sure I have full TP, it is very important to have full TP and HP when you're, never sort of go sort of half-heartedly, never sort of just think, oh yeah, sort of, I'm not full health, but I'll be fine, because you won't. This game is cruel, it is punishing, it is incredibly difficult. There's a lot of grinding involved, so you won't see every single bit I do. If I know that I'm going to be grinding, I won't show you that, but I'll show you most parts. So we're going to go into the first stratum here on the first floor, and this is really where we'll get into mapping, and which is, like I said, sorry, I was anticipating the text. Sunlight pours through the lush green leaves on the trees high above your head. The sight overwhelms all who see it for the first time, the Yggdrasil Labyrinth. This forest maze exists within Yggdrasil, the tree that looms over the town of Lagaard. As you marvel at its beauty, a guard appears before you. And then I won't say the speech. So, basic mapping things that I can explain right now. So, obviously up and down to move between floors, but that's not really important. You always be on the floor that you're actually on. You can press X to zoom in on where your party is, or you can actually, click, well, in my case click, but if you're playing on the DS, touch a certain area and zoom in there. So, he's going to lead us off to a random, well, it's not very random, it's always the same place. And you have to find your way back and map it out completely. And he's just going to give us a quick tutorial, which we have the parchment, we have clutch knives. I don't really know whose point of view it's from, because like you have 5 characters. I don't really know who the main character is, but I'll just assume it's me, because in my case it is. So yeah, you zoom in, and then so there's a pen for drawing walls. The eraser erases walls. Paintbrush paints the floors. So when you step on a square, that gets painted in. But if there's some squares you're not going to step on, then you paint it manually, and then you can erase paint as well. Fairly basic. And then there's a lot of icons used to mark different things, and memos where you can go into more detail. But of course I understand how to do it, and I'll give you a more in-depth tutorial. Something for novice, and here is just going to give us some quick medicine. There we go. It is very, yeah, it looks quite nice honestly, but it is an incredibly dangerous place. So we're going to zoom in here. So first off you have pen, which is highlighted. Oh, we actually went through that. And there's 3 different colors of paint marking different types of floor. This bin here, it's just for disposing of icons misplaced. This E highlights an event, and so does the exclamation mark here. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of that. I use exclamation marks for sort of a one-time thing, whereas an E to sort of mark a reoccurring event. But that's just how I do it. It might mean different things, but that's just what I do. This icon here is a treasure chest, self-explanatory. This is the stairs up, and this icon here is the stairs down. These 3 star icons represent different spots. So there's mine spot, take spot, and chop spot, or block rather. And you use each of these to mark different types, and you can also use a memo, just in case you forget. And you can basically, you put a point in the score, several points you can put in the skills of chop, mine, and take, and you can get items there for quests or just for money. But there are wastes of skill points in your main characters, so you'll normally just make new members for the guild who are just there for, chopping and taking. So, or mining. So that's what that's for. This is to signify a door that is unlocked that you can use. This is to signify a locked door that you cannot use. Spots. This is like a pit or a hole, like a pitfall. Don't know what this one is, honestly. I haven't had to use that, and I don't know what it is. So, look it up if you really want to know. This signifies a monster or an FOE, which is sort of like mini-bosses which roam the floors. Not so much the first one, I don't think, but yeah, when you first enter a floor, you definitely don't want to have anything to do with these things. They're very dangerous. This signifies like a shortcut or a warp path going in, up or that direction. I'll say north. This is for east, this is for south, and this is for west. Don't know what this does. Again, not really sure. This is a memo point. You put it on a square and you can type something in to say what it is. This is like a shortcut that works from both sides. Actually, that's one thing. So that's both sides, north-south. This only works one way. So if I'm here and there's a shortcut, I can only go through it this way. I can't go through from up here to get back to here. It's a one-way only. And this is a shortcut east-west. So that's what basically all the things mean. So we're just going to get into some basic mapping. This is a dead end, which I knew. Just want to make sure. And this goes up a bit. There we go. One last thing to remind. Oh, of course, skill points. And this is another important part. Yeah, you definitely want to be careful with where you allocate your skill points because it's a big deal. I don't think you can even get them back once you've used them. So we're going to go into custom here. Which, there's other stuff. Items, which would actually tell you. You can throw away items or use items. Skills is where you can actually use out of combat skills, which we don't have yet. Status, you can see equipment and skills, things like that. Equip is where you can equip people with items or equipment. Custom is where you actually use skills. God damn. So yeah, you can strengthen existing skills or learn new ones. Party, you can reorganize your party. You don't need, and quest is where you can look at your quests. Well, actually, we have no quests, but we have a mission. Anyway, I'm gonna go to custom. Start with me. Definitely gonna put a point in whips, where we learn Viper. Actually, oh, that's right. Yeah. So I'm gonna put 2 points in whips, and no, only 2, and learn shackles, which is a very nice skill, which combine legs. I'll get Viper later on, but I definitely want shackles first up. Binding is a bit more useful. Holmesy next is going to definitely put a point in shields. And you can learn front guard and back guard. For some reason, whenever I learn front guard, which is honestly the only real useful one, it doesn't actually show up as a skill, so I'll probably have to learn back guard as well. I don't know if I'll do that yet, actually. HP regen is also a nice skill, which uses HP up. That I can get that quickly. So I'll probably just put a point in front guard. I don't know whether to. Well, I'm gonna try. I'll put another point in shields. And if front guard doesn't show up, then I'll definitely put a point in back guard next. Here, the Ronin skill tree is a bit different. Instead of having just one thing, you have 3 different stances: overhead, Saigon, and I assume that's Lai or Lay. Not sure. And so there's different, this. So Zamba uses overhead, and then Midoreba, Orochi, things like that. So this is a very nice one. It's a very cheap skill, which is only costs 2 TP. Whereas before I'd get Zamba, which is a nice skill, but it's twice as much, and they do the same amount of damage. So we'll definitely put a point in that. And where is it? Is it? No, it's not the arm binding one. It is. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kibiuchi. There's a level 1. It can result in instant kills. So if you've got like a tough enemy, especially in a group, you can probably try and sort of take that out. So I'll probably definitely want to put a point in that Kibiuchi, and I'll pick that up while I work towards Nukiuchi. Uchi. No. Can't pronounce these names. And that's the ice. I always have to refamiliarize myself because there's some different things. This is on Lai. Icy. All enemies mask. Good. And then Deadlaw is just a brief. And then, so yeah, here you have like Mine. And that's what each class can only learn Mine, Take, or Chop, not all 3. Minakata. I guess that's Saigon. Straight katanas. Yeah, they're not really that good unless you want a Vault ability, which is probably the only guy who can really use it. If you want arm binding, in my case I have a Dark Hunter, so that's all good. And this is overhead. That's an all enemy hit, and that's sort of fire attack. Yeah, so honestly, overhead and Lai are the best stances to level up. So I'll put a point in Kibiuchi. Very nice skill at a very early rate. The Dark Hunter also learns a instant kill skill, but that's much later on. I know I'm going to need a Sapping, Frailty, Leaden, Blinding. And then there's also Scavenge. That's quite a nice skill, actually. So what's that? Decreases strength, defense, and speed. Yeah, I'm still not that familiar with oh, what is it? What do you need level 3 for this? That's probably what I'll do straight up, because I don't really need any of these at the moment. Well, honestly, defense, you can get that in a protector, I'm pretty sure. Can you learn defender? I'll have to check that later. Speed isn't that important, so I might get sapping. Oh, that's all against the enemies, though. Yeah. And then special resistance. It doesn't really have much buffs for your party. So all this sort of stuff. Okay. Evil Eye, what's that? Terrifying. Yeah, it's not, honestly, Hex is really just good for debuffing, and it works well with the Dark Hunter because you can bind all enemies. And then loot. Okay. Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna put a lot of points. Whoa. Technique. I might put a point in TPR. Actually, no, not yet. That's not important yet because I'm not even gonna be. Well, I need something, but there's not much. I'm running a bit a long time. I'm just gonna definitely make sure I do something. Poison. Oh, actually, that's nice. I might just put a point in that for more important enemies. And then Marcus. I don't know. Sandstone. I don't know. Healing, patch up, and cure. What does that do? Certain amount of HP after battle. That's quite nice. But anyway, I definitely want to put a point in cure. And then you also get salve, which heals the whole party, which is very nice. Bring the dead back to life. Remove bindings and status elements. Heavy staff strike. Oh wow. Caduceus. Strength up and vitality up. So I'll probably do that eventually. It'd be nice. Very nice. After I get sort of healer and revive up. Patrol. Because other than that, nothing else really. It's just all about healer and cure and unbuff. Yeah, so I'll probably work on that and then. Yeah. Patch up. I may as well. So that's that. I'm just going to do a quick bit of mapping before. Okay, I failed there. I always do that every time. Okay, so there is a path leading off that way, a bit like that, I'm pretty sure. In fact, I'll go that way first. I'll just explore this top area. Anything here? Indeed there is. Oh jeez, I failed miserably there. Misjudged the length. I'll just do that quickly. So that goes more like this. The vibrant colour stands out. You approach the flowers. Uh-oh. Sneeze uncontrollably. What? It's bullshit. That never happened to me before. I'm assuming that's a one-time event, yeah. So I'm thinking, oops. So is he just really good God? Well, this is where skills come into play. Cure. Jeez. You receive 35 damage, but so it can't kill you. Thank God, that is harsh. And down here is a treasure chest. I will indeed open it. Nectar. Very well. So that is all for this, I don't know what I'm doing, episode. I'll meet you back where we left off in the next one. But if you, well, actually I'll just get there now as I'm finishing off. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this, oh, a random battle. Here we go. Well, that puts a spanner in the works. Okay, quickly just take out this mole. Say geeky on this thing. So yeah, it's very basic combat, but it's not a huge part of the game. 4 damage. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, come on. Oh, ow. It hurts so much. Very well. I'm going to kill you. Freaking try that again. No. You will cure him. Anyway, so this battle's... There we go. Bang. Critical hit for 3 damage, mate. Really? I'm pretty sure I told him to use that skill. Oh, wow. Anyway, as this battle winds down, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe to YWGaming. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, I'm out. See ya.